Good morning, everybody. We have a higher trade, mostly higher trade in the grain markets here early on Monday morning. It is 6:30 a.m. Central Time. March corn futures up one at 497 and a quarter. March soybeans are up 8.5 cents at 1383 and a quarter. We have March Chicago wheat up 5 3/4 at 644 and a half. March Kansas City wheat is up 4 3/4 at 599 and a half, and March spring wheat is up 2 1/4 at 610. Argentina has lifted its ban on corn exports. The country will instead opt for a daily export limit of 30,000 metric tons. I'm not sure if this is a big deal or not. I don't know that the market reacted to this initially. I don't know that there's going to be a ton of reaction to this here today. But farmers and farm groups in Argentina were not happy about the initial suspension. They threatened to strike. They had a meeting with the government again over the weekend, I believe. They argued that the country never had a corn shortage. So I'm assuming that this 30,000 per day is going to be till the end of February, as the original suspension was. But in any case, a little bit more news out of Argentina. The U.S. Supreme Court will review a ruling regarding small refinery waivers for in regard to biofuel. So last year, you had this circuit court decision that essentially ruled that EPA can only grant these small refinery exemptions to facilities that had received them every year, I think, since 2010. And that, at the time, was considered a big win for ethanol, the ethanol lobby, and kind of a loss for the oil lobby, really. And now we're going back to a review of this in the Supreme Court. Of course, big oil has a lot of money here. This was a quote from the National Biodiesel Board. They said, "We are disappointed in the Supreme Court's decision to review the case, but will continue to vigorously pursue a resolution to the damage that small refinery exemptions do to the biodiesel industry." And, the last few years, we've lost a lot of demand for corn ethanol, for biodiesel, because of these small refinery exemptions. And we hope that this doesn't go back the other way. Large speculators remain heavily long the grain markets. Private groups hugely overestimated fund length ahead of Friday's CFTC report. Still, the numbers here are very large historically. Funds were estimated to be net long 522,000 contracts across the corn, soybean, and SRW wheat markets at Friday's close. That's a little bit lighter than what the private groups had estimated, but still, this is the sort of length that you see very rarely in these markets. So the story here remains the same. Large speculators extremely long the grain markets, just not quite as big as what we had thought. The U.S. dollar has stabilized a little bit. The dollar was able to avoid a retest of those 2018 lows and has posted a modest recovery. I think higher U.S. Treasury yields have maybe helped to strengthen the dollar versus other currencies just a little bit. The U.S. 10-year Treasury yield rose above 1.1% for the first time since late March on Friday. And that may be a part of the factor here. And I don't know that we're totally out of the woods yet, but the market was able to hold those lows from a couple of years ago and has bounced just a little bit. A stronger dollar, of course, is considered to be a negative factor for commodities priced in U.S. dollars, and vice versa for a weaker dollar. U.S. energy markets have rallied. WTI crude oil futures traded as high as 52.75 a barrel on Friday. That's the best since February. Heating oil futures traded as high as $1.58 or $1.59. That's the best since February. Heating oil is a very good way to track farm diesel prices. They're basically the same product. If you were looking for somewhere to generally track the movement of farm diesel, heating oil is your best bet. We've got a lot of data this week. Tomorrow, we have our monthly crop production and WASDE report, along with a grain stocks report, along with winter wheat seedings. And then we've got a NOPA crush report on Friday. So there's a lot of information coming at us this week. In regard to the report, I'm not going to go through all the estimates with you, but the general idea here is that traders expect friendly numbers versus last month. Carry out projections for corn, soybeans, and wheat, both globally and domestically, are expected to decline versus last month. So ahead of this report, we've got the expectation for some friendly numbers. certainly. And I'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow morning. But, just keep in mind, grand scheme of things going into the report, we have friendly numbers expected. We've got a bull market intact. We've got massive fund length. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of risk in both directions, as I discussed in that short podcast episode and video I did on Friday. In regard to weather, it looks like Brazil and Argentina are going to be all right in terms of rainfall here over the next week or so. And then you go out to the extended forecast and it's going to kind of turn dry again. So we'll see what happens there. But we should see USDA reduce their crop estimates for Brazil and Argentina here tomorrow morning. And that report tomorrow is at 11 o'clock Central Time, as always. Cattle market last week, we saw some cash trade, 109 to 113, I think 111 to 112. Caught the majority of the action there. The boxed beef market was just marginally changed on Friday. Ahead of the cash open, let's see, we've got the sorry, I've changed my setup here. I've got a different screen. We've got the stock market a little bit lower. The S&P's down 20 points. The Dow's down about 200. We've got the gold's up $8. US dollar is up just a few ticks here. Crude oil is down 29 cents in the February WTI at 51.94. Remember, as always, if you would like some more information from me, go to my website. It is www.standardgrain.com. Go to the website, click on Grain Marketing Plan here in the upper right-hand corner. For $49 a month, you can sign up for my subscription service. It includes my email, which goes out every business day at 6:30 in the morning Central Time, a text message service. I'll let you know through that email and text message service exactly how I'm marketing grain, overnight headlines, breaking news, all of that stuff. This deal can be canceled at any time. There's no other fee. There's no other obligation. You do not need to be a futures or options trader to participate. No trading account required there. Everyone have a wonderful day today. I will talk to you